What's going on, Washington fans? I am embarrassed to be a Washington fan. I seriously am. Ron Rivera going for two. It reminds me when the Dolphins did the same thing last year against us and they were tanking for Tua. Hashtag tanking for Tua. When we let them drive all the way down and they scored, got the touchdown with Ryan Fitzpatrick, and they could have just tied it up into overtime. The Dolphins probably would have beat us in overtime. Same thing like we probably would have beat the Giants in overtime. Danny Fumbles was awful in the second half. He threw an interception. He got pressured, was throwing the ball away. He was flustered. He was doing the Danny Fumbles things that he does from time to time. And he did not look good in that second half at all. What were his stats? His stats were actually really atrocious during the game. I mean, my gosh, except for that one run and the one pass he had, what was Danny Fumbles' numbers? 12 for 9 for 112 yards and one pick and one touchdown. Danny Fumbles wasn't doing jack squat. If we would have went to overtime, because Deron Payne was balling, Chase Young was getting warmed up, Montez Sweat was doing a good job. He had a good stop on Devontae Freeman on a third down run and was getting back there a couple times. The defense was playing with Kendall Fuller. Shout out to Kendall Fuller. He gets a game ball. He should definitely be a Pro Bowl. I know there's no Pro Bowl game, but he definitely should get a vote to the Pro Bowl for sure. Landon Collins, of course, not good again. Dustin Hopkins is trash. He's got to go. We got to find another kicker. We have to. We got to find another kicker because he's killing us. He's killing us out there, man. Of course, we'll talk about the Ron Rivera going for it too. I mean, that's his name, Riverboat Ron. He did go for it. And I thought it was a stupid decision. I thought it was dumb. I don't care. This is, we can argue about it, whatever. Everybody has their own opinion. But I thought it was stupid. I thought it was a dumb decision. I guess he's tanking for Trevor Lawrence, which I think is fool's gold, because we're not going to be worse than the Jets. I think there's another team the Giants were 0-5 and now they won. But I feel like there's another team that's like still 0-4. I think it's still just the Jets, actually. I think it's just the Jets who are 0-4 right now. But I don't think we're going to get the number one pick. I don't see it happening. I don't see us getting the number one pick. I think we're going to get a top 5 pick for sure, but we're not getting in the first pick of the draft. So you guys, all you guys, just get that out of your head. We're not getting the first pick of the draft. It's not happening. And I don't want to be, I'm not going to call it stupid, but it was not a smart call. It was not a smart call. Just take the field goal. And I think any situational scoring or clock management decision this season has gone wrong by Ron Rivera. He's made terrible decisions over and over and over and over again. And if he is tanking, then he should have just kept Dwayne Haskins in there. Should have just developed Haskins and just kept tanking from there. What's the point of even pulling the guy if you're really tanking? Because Dwayne Haskins probably would have helped the tank anyway. So Ron Rivera gets a D- for me from this game, or an F. Scott Turner, there were some plays where we had an ineligible man downfield one time, and it was like I don't know what in the world they were doing, a whole bunch of motions. Isaiah Wright almost ran into Kyle Allen, and it was just awful. It was hard to watch. I mean, it was hard to watch. Terry McLaurin had a couple good catches, couldn't really get going. Bradbury's a legitimate corner. He's a legit corner. I'll get Brad. We probably should have signed Bradbury too. I wish we could have signed Bradbury and Kendall Fuller, but that would have been a lot of money because I know a lot of Washington fans wanted James Bradbury in DC. If we had James Bradbury and Kendall Fuller on this roster, then this defense probably could have been at least, top 10 defense with this defensive line. The safety play is just not good enough. DeShazier Everett was better than Apke. I'll give him that. But DeShazier Everett, he's got to relax with the helmet-to-helmet hits. Trying to think what else happened. Isaiah Wright had a couple good runs. Antonio Gibson had one or two good runs. We still just the run game was better. J.D. McKissic played well. I like what I saw from J.D. McKissic. I thought he played well. We just still don't have a consistent run game. The run game was better today. And I'll look at the stats for that, too. The run game was a lot better than it's been. Not even really 24 rushes for 86 yards, 3.6 yards per carry. So it really wasn't that much better. Kyle Allen was okay. The first pick was awful. He stared a man down. He basically did the same thing that Dwayne Haskins did with the Browns game. He stared down Terry McLaurin, threw into like quadruple coverage, threw a pick right to James Bradbury. The fumble was awful. The fumble was so bad. When it was 13-13, we could have just scored on that drive right there. Kendall Fuller made a big stop. We only get a field goal out of it. Shout out to Cam Sims. That was a good catch by Cam Sims. That was a great catch by Cam Sims, using his height, his big body for the catch. Shout out to Logan Thomas. That was a huge catch. That was a big catch before the end of the half. Wow, that really impressed me by Logan. That was a good throw by Kyle. I'll give it up. I'll give Kyle some credit for that. That was a good touch throw right there. That's what Haskins really needs to learn from and get better at. If he does play football again for Washington, I don't see him playing another down in DC at all. But Kyle Allen, he's got to be stronger with the football. Him fumbling that was just a killer. We did not deserve to win that game. If we're going to call the ball up like that and make bonehead plays, of course, we start out down 10-0. Jimmy Moreland, or I think it was Jimmy Moreland who got burnt for the touchdown by Darius Slayton. We let Danny Fumbles run for like a 60-yard run. The cameraman got faked out. Like, I was following the camera. I didn't even know who had the football. Next thing you know, you see Danny Fumbles just scampering down the field for like 60 yards like he's Lamar Jackson or something like that. By the way, the Eagles got torched by the Ravens. So we're going to be tied for the bottom. Actually, no, we're not going to be tied. We're actually last in the NFC East now because the Eagles have a tie. They win the tiebreaker, so we are last in the NFC East. It's just embarrassing. It is. It's embarrassing. It really is. Another 3-13 season. I think we're going to be 3-13. We're not going to be 1-15. To get Trevor Lawrence, you have to be at least 2-14 or 1-15. I think we're going to win 2 more games. Barely somehow win 2 more games. I think we're going to be 3-13 again. And we're going to miss out on Trevor Lawrence. Probably going to get the tackle from Oregon or Trey Lance, maybe Justin Fields. We'll see. But what else from this game? I don't even want to talk about this game anymore because it's just it was a winnable game that we should have won. It's really just frustrating. Sadiq Charles hurt on the first play. AGG hurt in the game. Isaiah Wright was hurt in the game. We probably have to bring up a receiver from the practice squad or sign a receiver. I mean, the receivers just getting hurt left and right. Deron Payne played well, had a tip pass. He played really well. And the Giants, you know, they made some bonehead plays too. You know, they roughed the kicker with Tress Way. They roughed the punter. They hit Tress Way. We had a 4th and 4. When we went for it, Kyle Allen, Terry McLaurin was running right across the middle. He waved his hand, was wide open. I don't know why Kyle Allen didn't just throw the ball to McLaurin. He evades the pocket, gets past some guys, and throws the ball to Dontrell Inman. Inman actually had a pretty good game. He made some big 3rd down catches for like 5 yards for a first down. So I got to give it up to Dontrell Inman. He played a pretty good game today. Logan Thomas had a great catch. Kyle Allen, you know, he's mobile. He's a guy that can move around. He had a big first down run where he outstretched his hand and got the first down. So, you know, Kyle Allen made some good plays here and there. 30 for 42, 289 yards. And 2 touchdowns and 1 pick and a killer fumble that really just killed us and almost put the game away. So it's frustrating, man. Terry McLaurin was seven catches for 74 yards. Armstrong Emmett 5 catches for 45 yards. It's really frustrating, man. This was a winnable game, really winnable game. And, you know, who knows? You know, maybe we could have been on top of the NFC East if we would play. You know, we play Dallas next week, and you know, Dallas is probably going to lose to the Cardinals on Monday night. And it was, you know, we should have won this game. Really should have won this game. So it's frustrating. It's just embarrassing. I understand the people who want to tank. I get that too. But, you know, let's not be embarrassed and lose to an 0-5 Giants team. Let's not do that just yet until we really know that we can tank. Like when we lost the game against the Giants last year in the Chase Young Bowl, I was like, sure, let's go ahead and lose that game because we already know the seedings. It's still pretty early to know the seedings. Because like I said, if we would have won this game, who knows? We might have had momentum. Say the Cowboys lose to the Cardinals. And, you know, we're tied for first in the NFC East. And whoever wins in the Cowboys game, you win. You're the first of the NFC East. And then we play the Giants after the bye week, after the Cowboys game. Then after the bye week, we play the Giants at home. And we could have been 4-5, you know. So, things like that. But Ron, I just disagree with a lot of things that Ron Rivera has done so far. The not calling the timeouts in the first 2 games, the pop quiz with Dwayne Haskins, not going for it a few times, and then against the Rams, keeping Alex Smith in the ball game after he was getting killed by Aaron Donald and a couple other Rams defenders. There's been some head scratchers by Ron Rivera so far. I just, you know, I don't know. We basically have to wait for next year to really judge Ron Rivera because so far he's got like a D- in my opinion, probably like a D-, F+ so far. Really, he's been pretty bad. But I mean, I get the culture change, and I think he's trying to change the culture and whatnot. But you know, he said he's in win now mode. That's what he said in his press conference, that he wants to win ball games. And he's just not making winning ball game decisions with going for 2. That's just not a smart Smart call, in my opinion. But hey, if we tank and somehow get Trevor, it is what it is. I don't see us getting Trevor, but it is what it is. So you guys let me know what you guys think, man. It's just embarrassing. It is. It's embarrassing to be a Washington fan right now. It's really embarrassing. 3-13 last year, probably gonna be 3-13 again. So, all right, y'all. Hail to the football team. Peace. Oh, I will be starting a Flickr group chat, so make sure you guys stay tuned for that. I'm gonna start a Flickr group chat, so we can chop it up, talk about anything Washington football. I guess we might have to start talking about the draft now. All right, y'all. Hail to the Washington football team. Peace.